And we're back on the mic. And I love getting to get back on the mic. I love getting to talk about a movie. When a movie does its movie thing, when you're sitting in there with your popcorn, with your icy, jumping out your seat, enjoying a film. Welcome to Movies-aRe-USS, a satire movie podcast that acknowledges life imitates art and art imitates life. So movies are the story of the human and nowadays AI experience. So grab your popcorn and let's talk about Predator Badlands. Starting off at the top, this is where like the trailer worked. And movie trailers don't always work, I would argue. Honestly, probably since the early 2000s, the movie trailer hasn't worked. And if you were in the Marvel era or you were in certain eras of cinema, you had to stop watching movie trailers because they would spoil the movie. But the movie trailer worked for Predator Badlands. Why do I say that? I say that because I have never seen a Predator movie. I was sober about the idea of seeing Predator Badlands. But something about the trailer, something about the action in the trailer specifically, one day I was just watching the trailer and I was like, you know what? I'm going to check that out. Like, I feel like they've convinced me whatever journey this Predator is about to go on, it's worth checking out. And there was no part of it that ever implied I needed to watch any other movies. They have about 6 movies, if I'm remembering correctly. So, was I about to go do my film study on 6 Predator movies? No. After seeing Predator Badlands, am I willing to go do film study on 6 Predator movies? Yes. Not even because they're good movies, but because Predator Badlands were so good, I kind of want to just feel like I understand every era of the Predator movie franchise now. Starting off, most importantly, is this was a pure action movie. Hey, follow me. A pure action movie. I don't know the last time I've seen a pure action movie. What do I mean by pure action movie? I mean the action is what is driving the movie. I mean, yes, we have a plot, and no, the plot isn't Oppenheimer level, but no, the plot isn't just a bag of boo-boo. But we're not plot heavy. We're not overly interested in trying to create this world of, oh, this matters. No, they knew what people came to see. Honestly, if I was 15 years old, 16 years old, in high school, this is a movie this is a guy's movie. This is an action film. Straight fade from the beginning to the end. Just a fade after fade after fade after fade with a decent storyline running in between all the fights. So now you're sitting there like, wow, this is a pure action movie. There's not a moment that was boring, but then it wasn't just feeling as if it was all mindless and numbless action for no reason. They gave a point to the action, but they really focused on and highlighted, we're not trying to bore you. We're not trying to convince you Predator is deeper than what it is. Or no. You came for the fades. You're going to get the fades. The concept of the movie and the concept of Predator being the idea that these alien species are war-torn, warmongers, and they always want to be the greatest predator. And no, we're going to give you exactly what you want. And they delivered. In that process of delivering on the action movie, I would say they had an interesting conversation silently. It wasn't made to the front of the movie. It wasn't leftism or woke propaganda, but they were asking, and the character Deck, played by Demetrius, was having a conversation against the concept of what the Predator even is, against the concept of what his whole alien race is based on, and defining what, call it predatorism, but I think if we related it to humans, that these things connect to the people, and life imitates art and art imitates life. It was a conversation about masculinity. It was a conversation about the experience men go through, and the concept of being the dominant predator in your own life, at your job or in your community, and how do we define those? And yes, there's eras and communities where it is just about being the biggest, or it is just about being the strongest, and all these other concepts. But this movie opens up against a race of alien people, a dialogue that the way you're defining this idea of being this alpha predator is a little short-sighted, is a little lax facets, right? And I thought that was a great piece to the movie, while still giving us all the action we wanted anyway, right? So it's like, wow, we're having a deep conversation and you didn't take away from the action. I love it here. This is a great hour, 45 minutes, popcorn in one hand, icy in the other. Ella Fanning starred. Ella Fanning killed this role. She was the counterpart to the main Predator, Deck, and she was funny. It was witty writing. It was everything you would want from a great popcorn action movie. It is a pure action movie. I think one of the last things I would say, because I would be encouraging anybody to go check out this movie. One of the last things I will say is, to me, this is the type of movie that makes you question when movies are getting released. So this movie just got released November 7th, November 8th, around that time. But for how good this movie is, I'm very confused as to why it was released so late into the year. Not that it could have survived the summer. I don't think it was that good. But it definitely could have been released in October. Because what the problem is going to be is, you have Wicked Part 2 coming out, Zootopia coming out, Running Man coming out, and now You See Me coming out. You have 4 other notable movies coming out, 2 of them being knockout blockbusters coming out in November, and you had Predator Badlands start the month. When Predator Badlands, for everything that came out in October, and I didn't drop an episode on everything. If y'all want me to drop an episode on The Smashing Machine, let me know. If y'all want me to drop an episode on Roofman, let me know. And I might drop them regardless. But for all the movies that came out in October, mind you, Mortal Kombat 2 got moved from October. That was the only other movie besides Tron, which also just didn't do stellar, which wasn't some knockout movie, even though I liked the movie. Those are the only movies that could have competed with Predator Badlands. So I'm going to be honest, when a movie like this comes out in this type of year, which has been a solid movie year, but so close to so much valid competition, it makes me question, what were they thinking when they released this movie? Because you're killing your movie with its release date, regardless of how good the movie is. Predator Badlands should have came out October, that first weekend in October. Predator Badlands would have had 8 weeks in the theater as a top movie. Tron Ares would not have beat Predator Badlands. It's not even a scary movie, but just because it's an alien, you could have did some play and some marketing off of the Halloween that came at the end of October. And so I really do hope everyone goes check this movie out before you go see Wicked 2, before you go see Zootopia, because this was a great movie. It's a great action film. If you got a boyfriend, it's a great guys' night film, just a pure action movie and an all-around good time. So we're at the bottom of the bucket where there's nothing left but the kernels. Hop down below and let me know if you enjoyed this movie. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, share, and leave a comment. Follow us at follow us at MRU.podcast on Instagram. And I thank everybody for giving me another listen and checking me out. More episodes to come.